Hey you guys, so I just got done watching a movie called Catfish. And anyone who knows what catfish is, it's like a predator on the internet, on like social networking. I guess, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a pedophile, which is what I always associated it with. And I thought that's what this movie was going to be about. Like I thought this was going to be a movie like an older man talking to a young girl, and you know what leads up to that, him wanting to meet her and him taking advantage of her and murdering her. And this was like totally different. This was about like a young man who gets this painting after he takes a photo, or a photo is taken by him or of him or something. And it's a painting that he gets of this photo, and it's apparently from a little girl named Amy. No, Abby, excuse me. And he becomes friends with this little girl. And they talk, and then he gets closer to her whole family. Her mom Angela, her half-sister Megan, and these other people. And then he calls them and talks to them like they're real people, you know? And then he kind of starts to suspect, after getting some covers of songs that aren't really by this Megan person who he's taken a special interest in because she's like 19, and so I guess they're kind of like dating or whatever. So he starts to think that maybe this whole thing is a hoax, and he doesn't understand why or anything. But it's so bizarre because he looks at the warehouse where apparently Abby has a gallery because she does paintings all the time. That's not real. You know, and then he actually goes and visits the ranch where Megan supposedly lives. That's not true either. And then he goes to Angela's house to visit the whole family. And it turns out that Abby doesn't paint. This little girl has no idea what he's talking about when he asks her. Abby's friend has no idea what he's talking about when he asks her if Abby paints. She points towards Angela and says she paints some. So he kind of puts it together that Angela is everyone. And that means that all of Megan's 16 or 15 friends are also Angela. She's put this whole thing together in her mind. And it's like, she admits to it, and they talk about it, and she unveils it, how she has like 2 cell phones, one that's Megan's, one that's hers. All this stuff. It's like, I don't understand why you would plan something that elaborate. It mind boggles me. Yeah, she feels really bad because he actually, he was believing in it. He actually liked this Megan person. But it kind of makes me wonder how deranged or lonely or missing a part of something inside of you that makes you create this whole person, or in fact 20 people that don't even exist. And if they do, it's not really that person that you are using. I don't understand why people do that. And then they, during it, they flash back to this person, and she explains how she had a boyfriend who was like really like old, but he used pictures of him when he was young. See, that's more of what I picture when I think of Catfish. But it really bothered me, this movie. I wanted to see it for a long time because I'm pretty sure the idea was thrown out there for this movie when MySpace was still big, when this started happening. And it's happened a lot since this movie came out, I don't think it, added to it or anything, but to put it in that way was scary. And I hope it never happens to any of you guys. I hope that even though the main guy was not a stupid person, it could happen to anybody. Nobody you talk to on the internet could actually be the person that you're talking to. That kind of scares me because I actually have friends that are long distance. I don't really worry about them as much as I should. Because, videos, all this stuff. But obviously that doesn't have to be real. I'm not going to give up my friends. I'm just going to be extra super cautious about what I tell them about me. Not giving them my address, all this stuff, Because I don't want anything bad to happen to me, and I don't want anything bad to happen to any of you guys. Because it's really scary to think that trust could be the reason that you die or get hurt or end up heartbroken. I hope when you go on social networks that you're safe and that you keep your personal details private. Unless you are 100% sure that that person you're talking to is the person that they say they are. I don't know, maybe I'm worrying too much, but I'd rather worry too much than not enough and something terrible happen. I love you guys, and I want, like I said, I want you to be safe. I think that's like the 6th time I said it, but I seriously do. I want you guys to be safe. Protect yourselves. Love you guys. Bye.